What is up? Let's try to make some money for our space program today. We will see how it goes. We're going to see what kind of missions we can get here and hopefully make some money. The reason is I got 92,000 space bucks. The things I'm really looking to upgrade is the research center. That's 900,000. I've got all the science maxed up and I'm blocked until I upgrade. Another thing is I don't have patched conics or maneuver nodes or flight planning or any of that stuff. So definitely need to upgrade mission control and the tracking station. So that's going to be 450 right there. Just got off doing a Minimus mission, so I can do that. But let's just see what kind of missions we got here. Since I don't have maneuver nodes and flight tracking and all that, I'm not actually sure I can target other craft in space and whatnot. So that kind of rules out the rescue missions. So, and then the whole Dock 2 vessels, Rendezvous 2 vessels, all that, which is really good. But I'm just not really confident that the interface actually lets me target other ships without those upgrades. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm thinking about just doing a plant flag on Minimus, science data around Minimus, and just go get some more science, and then maybe I can sell the science or something. I can definitely get the 150 needed to upgrade the mission control, which will let me get more missions. So I might just do a quick return to Minimus, and then potentially, I don't know. What else we got here? See if we could rescue somebody from the surface of Minimus. That'd be perfect. See, the rescue missions are like totally way better. Okay, I'm just thinking here. Whoa, atmospheric survey of Eve. That looks extremely not something I'm gonna do. Man, I'm tempted to try this one and just do my best with no tracking, but that just seems a little too ballsy. So if I do this one, I'll get, like, what's that, 1,200-ish. Do this one. And it's only 40,000. Well, that would be enough to upgrade the mission control. Oh, plant a flag. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'll just do these. These are something I can knock out. And then just hope for better missions when I get back. I already have a ship that's capable of Minimus, so I'm just going to launch the same ship that I did last time. And it's loading. The VAB is loading on my computer. Wow. And we got the blue circle. You can't even see my blue circle. Are we back? Oh, wow. Okay. Hopefully we're streaming. Yeah, so OBS crashed, but YouTube didn't. So anyway, we're back. I'm gonna get my ship here and go to Minimus. Let me just rearrange the windows on my desktop real quick. Alright. Alright, we know this guy can go to Minimus. We got Jebediah, and we're gonna do Bob. And we're good to go. boosters, get away from them, and let's continue. We're already got out of the atmosphere here, so I'm just gonna go as east as possible. And that guy. Woohoo! Alright. We'll go ahead and time accelerate up to apoapsis and then circularize. Oh, I got a world first. Oh, I already had these. Okay. Bleh. Alright. Might not have an own fear. Yeah, we're falling down, but it should hopefully be fine. Probably need to work on that rocket just a little bit. Yeah, we're falling back into the atmosphere slowly, but I think I'm going to make it in orbit before that happens. Well, we shall see. At worst, I'll just skim the top of the atmosphere and fix it on the other side of the planet. Oh no, we're going back up. We're good. So, the goal is to get back to Minimus, plant a flag, get science data from around it. Okay, we're in orbit now. Perfect. Let's find Minimus. Minimus is way out there, so I just need to circle around the night side and right to about here to do my transfer burn. Alright, now sometimes you can actually visually see Minimus. It's kind of hard to spot sometimes, but especially in the dark. But we'll see. I mean, we're getting close to where the transfer burn needs to take place. Yeah. Yeah, real close, but not quite there. Let's go a little bit forward. I think that's Minimus. I can barely see it, barely make it out. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is a good spot, regardless. Even if it's off, we can fix it when we get there. So here we go. Let us thrust to Minimus. So we need to get our apoapsis to 46.4 billion kilometers approximately. Plenty of Delta V for this project. So once you get to Minimus, you basically don't need much Delta V at all to do anything. So we're going past the orbit of the moon. Slow down here and let's throttle it up. I mean, feather it. And we're there. Oh, had the wrong window selected. We'll go ahead and back off and kill some of this velocity. Well, 46.4. There we go. Close enough. Alright, let's fly on to Minimus and see what kind of trouble we can cause. We're getting out there. Oh, I guess, you know what I could do is raise my antenna. Where is that thing? There it is. Extend antenna. See, now we got a link, data link back to Kerbin. Looks like it's far away, but it's going to catch up. As we start slowing down, it'll catch up to us. And I'm not saying we're going to definitely get an encounter. Look, we're below the orbit. But when we get close here, everybody's moving so slow. See, we're only moving 43 meters a second. It's moving 241 meters a second. I can probably, like, just find it. It's like going to be right there. There's Minimus. So I'll just point towards it. A little bit of trial and error here. Going that way. I'm going to go up. Go back that way. The controls are all wonky in reverse. Let's just kind of point our spacecraft directly at it. And the idea is, like, we're way out here in space. Everything's moving slow. And this generally does work. And if nothing else, it'll get me closer, and then I can do another correction later. Now, I wouldn't have to do this if I had maneuver nodes and patch conics and whatnot. What I'll do is I'll thrust. You're like 20 meters a second. There we go. Now we're going more or less towards Minimus. We can kind of give it some time here. So, like, relatively speaking, Minimus and us are getting closer now. Probably need to do that again. So I got 168 meters a second in my tank. So I'll thrust until it's 148. Give myself another 20 meters a second in the general direction. Whatever. 30 meters a second in the direction of Minimus. And yes, Kerbin is having a gravitational influence on me, pulling me towards it, but at the same time, I am getting closer to Minimus. We're going to see if I can get an encounter. Okay, I might have to give it a little more juice than that. Alright, where the heck is Minimus now? There it is. Okay, but we are getting closer. I should probably lead it some. This is all just flying by intuition. And the idea is Kerbin's back there. Minimus is up there. Minimus is going this way. Around Kerbin. I'm trying to, like, find its path. And basically just thrust into its path. Will that work? I don't know. Let's just go for it. There. I did a bunch of Delta V. Let's see how this works. There we go. There we go. There we go. I'm now under the gravitational influence of Minimus. So now all I gotta do is burn off my relative velocity. Release a piece of space trash that will orbit Kerbin forever. So this lander module has 2,000 delta V. So it's like, this will be the most energetic maneuver I have to do apart from possibly landing. And speaking of landing, while I'm doing this maneuver, I might as well just go ahead and bring it on in for a landing. I think I did highlands last time, so I should probably try to land in a different biome, but it's going to be hard to tell what that biome is because the planet's going to orbit on my way there. So I'm just going to bring it down here in line with the salt flats, just in case they can orbit around. I can get in the salt flats. We'll see. We're orbiting. We're coming in. Coming in hot, actually. Don't want to accelerate too much because the physics kind of get wacky. Alright, we're coming in. Might actually get in the flats there. If not, I'm just gonna fly to them. Alright, we're almost to the surface. Coming in, coming in, coming in. Let's take a look at the planet, or the moon. Yeah, so we're cruising on in. I do need to get science data from around the moon, or around the Minimus, for my quest. Actually, hang on. Where I can transmit it. Yep, and that completed the mission there. I'm going to see if I can get, very quickly, a land on Minimus mission, or something else that I can do while I'm here type of mission. Science data from surface to Minimus. Perfect. It's a perfect mission. Okay, so we're gonna go back to our falling spacecraft and fly it. Cool. Go ahead and extend the landing gear. Get ready to land. Let's cruise on in. Where's it saying we're going to land? Okay, it says we're going to land in that little eye-shaped salt flat. Oh, right there. That's cool. Alright. I'm looking here at the S-word burn, length, and countdown. Basically, this calculates... This is a mod called Kerbal Flight Engineer. It just gives you data from your flight. But what it does do that's useful is it calculates when do you need to burn at full throttle to zero out your velocity for a landing. So basically, I need to thrust at full throttle within 30 seconds to do that. So I'll probably give it a 5-second buffer, and we're just going to test it. Man, if I crash, I crash, but this thing usually works, so. Let's go ahead and give it a 7.5 second. And there's a little, this mod also has a little target thing that shows where you're going to land. So it kind of is useful So in theory, this is going to zero out my velocity 7 seconds before I hit the ground. Well, that did a great job. So I'm totally safe. I'm 1,000 meters up. Just lazily falling towards the surface of Minimus. I might thrust just a little. And what the idea is, this is just slowly killing my lateral velocity, which you can see on the data panel here under horizontal speed. We want that to be 0. We won't actually want both vertical and horizontal speed to be approximately 0 when we land, so that we're not impacting the surface. Still a good ways up if you look at it from the side. It kind of looks like you're close to the ground when you're like this, but it's not the case necessarily. Great salt flats of Minimus. Oh, excellent. Starts it back up. Just cutting the engines. We're just gonna go for it. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful landing. Alright, so now we can complete our mission of... First off, collect a bunch of data. Wait, what was it? Salt flats? Minimus flats. One second. All this data. Alright, store the data. We need to do a crew report at some point here. But, for now, we need to plant a flag to complete our little mission. And jump really high. Alright, let's plant our flag. Minimus Flats. And that completed a mission. I'm going to check out the Space Center and see if I can get another mission to replace it. Try to get as much money and whatnot from the mission as possible. Huh, looks like there's no additional Minimus type missions. So I'll go ahead and just go back to my flight. Back to Bob. All right. I'm going to see if that's a Minimus stone right there. It looks like it might be, because they're smaller than the other scatters. It might be pick-upable. I'm not sure. Might be. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, it's like called green sandstone or something. Alright, let's get the old pickaxe out. And... whoa. I take baby steps. You fly. Yeah, you can actually shuffle step. Alright, let's pick up green sandstone. There it is. Yep, you can hammer away. Get the green sandstone. I've already recovered one, but whatever. I picked it up. Alright. Let's go back to the ship. Not too bad. It's a beautiful day on Minimus. Oh, all right. We are... oh, come on, man. There we go. Did we get this data? Collect data, restore. Okay. Board. Alright, did we get a crew report from the surface? Alright, there we go. Let's get out of here. Gotta go east. Heck yeah. Alright, 29K is good. Kind of a wonky orbit, but that's okay. We're in the northern hemisphere there, so going straight east gives us that wacky orbit. Wait a minute, is this the Great Salt Flats? Lesser Flats. This is a different biome. If I was smart, which was still, yeah. I should land here and get all the data. got enough Delta V to get home. It's fine. I'm just going to time accelerate so I fall faster. I'm going to cut it all the way to the wire. Just save as much fuel as possible. It says the S-word burn altitude is 220 meters, so I'll burn at 250 meters, call it a day. Actually, once I see 300 pop up, I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna gun it. Yeah, easy. Beautiful. Beautiful landing. Getting better at that. Okay. So what do we need to do here? We need to get science from the lesser flats. Yep. We're gonna collect the data, restore it. Mystery goo, collect and restore, and then the temperature. Take the data. Okay. I think that's all I need here. Alright, now I can just go east and go home. If I forgot something, I forgot something. Alright, let's go east and go home. A tad bit of extra science. And hopefully enough money to upgrade something. Alright. Need to circularize our orbit and go home. Apoapsis in 3 minutes. And there we are. Circularize. We're good. Then we need to make a little plan for how we're gonna return to Kerbin. So we need to be getting, basically, looking at it this way, you want to be traveling to the left as much as possible. So the idea is we want to thrust at the point of the orbit that intersects that purple line, so we'll be thrusting right there. essentially. Just trying to keep my eye on it. So, like I say, we don't have maneuver node technology and all that business, so. Hang on. Make sure this is right. Okay. Pretty close. We need to move a little further. And there. And as we thrust, yeah, the janky orbit's gonna go up and diagonally, but the portion of the energy that matters is the part that's going that way. Alright. So this will get us out of Minimus, and then we'll be able to see what our orbit of Kerbin is, and then fix it from there. We're already falling back to Kerbin, as you can see. Okay. So, wow. That was pretty good. Okay, so we turn off time acceleration so that I adjust. We just got to bring down our periapsis. It's going to be a night return. Do 32,000. That looks good to me. Maybe we'll land in the daylight. Anyway, let's find Kerbin and time accelerate toward it. So we are way out here. There's Kerbin. Okay. We're falling towards Kerbin. The moon, every time it goes around, it makes a perfect solar eclipse on Kerbin because it's right at the equatorial plane. We'll probably want to lower our antenna for this. Alright. Let's go. We're falling towards Kerbin. Should hit the atmosphere pretty soon. Once I do, I'm going to use up the rest of my fuel and then dump this module. Just to speed up the landing process. And if it gets where it's like going to explode and overheat, I'll ditch it. Getting hot, but not too hot. That's the key. Everything's cooling down. We're out of fuel. I'm I'm going to ditch this. Yep, and we're good. It's gone. There it goes. Now we are in free fall. I don't know if we're going to make it to the light side of the planet here. Doesn't look like we are. No. That's okay. We'll land in the dark. According to this thing, we're going to land in the desert. Let's deploy the parachute. Yep, we are in the desert. Oh, damn. Maybe time acceleration ain't so good. What exploded? Not my guys. Wait, was it the... Well, I do not know what exploded, but that is Kerbal Space Program for you. Interesting. Whatever, we're safely on the surface. We do an EVA report. Oh, we already got this one. Okay, perfect. That was my, if you heard the audio there, that was something exploding in the background. Probably the lander. Okay, so there we go. Let's recover the vessel and go back to the Space Center, see what we got. See what we're working with, money and science. Oh, no. I got a fatal error in GC. What is that? Woohoo! It looks like Kerbal Space Program crashed. Well, in that case, okay, yeah, Kerbal Space Program crashed, so I think that's a good place to end the stream. We just landed and got back and whatever, man. So on the next stream, when I get time, I'll load the game and see if I got credit for that mission. But anyway, take it easy. Later.